Well, I heard a little thunder. It got a little dark. Check out the cloud formation. I think that's kind of cool. I don't know that I've ever seen it like that. Almost looks like a mountain range, doesn't it? Alright guys, today is July 19th, Wednesday, July 19th, 2023. So I've only got a couple days left on the car, so it's go time. I've been putting a lot of hours in. I am extremely sore, but still going to get it pretty much done, we'll say. So I got the deck lid back on last night. My wife helped me put that back on last night. It was real nice having the hinges drilled and pinned because the deck lid went right exactly back on where it was. I did not have to go back and tweak and adjust or anything. It put it exactly where it was. After putting a new seal on, this always happens when you close your deck lid. The deck lid sets up off the car now pretty high. So it's just going to have to, it's going to take time for that to take a seat to the body, and that's what sucks about it. But it's one of those deals that has to be done. I'm pretty sure with this car being black, I will basically speed up the process when I park this car out in the sun in the driveway. That deck lid, the whole car will get hot. It'll get hot inside that deck, down inside the trunk, and it'll help that seal kind of take a seat to the body a little bit better. There's not really any more adjustment you can do to a deck lid after you put a seal on. If you tried to adjust everything by bending and shimming and getting it all tighter, that trunk lid would probably be a bear to shut. So I'm going to leave it exactly like it is and let it take a seat to the body, because the doors open and close better now than what they did when I first put the seal on. It's just the way it is with new rubber. So I've got the trunk hinge covers laying down here. I just got them all cleaned up. I'm getting ready to mix up some Dolphin Glaze 2-part putty, and I'm going to wipe the entire thing, all the face and the sides, go back and block it out flat, and then those are going to get primered today. I still have to upholster 2 more trunk inserts here. I've got the material cut, I've got these cut out, and the edges are done. But these need to be wrapped, and then they need to be stuck to the bottom of the deck lid, and then the underneath the deck lid will be done. So I've got 3 on, but those are difficult to wrap. Let me tell you, they are very difficult, because this stuff is so soft and spongy. It just moves real easy when you're trying to pull them edges in. So it's not turning out super awesome, but it looks okay, I guess. So after the hinges are wiped and blocked and then primered today, I'm going to immediately jump on these, get these done, get these stuck onto the deck lid, and then I'm going to pull the car out in the sun and leave it set to help seat that trunk rubber. And then I am going to bring the hood out here, get it sanded and buffed, and hopefully either be putting it on tonight or tomorrow. So that will be really nice. I do have the hinges bolted onto the car. I did not end up doing the silver paint inserts in here like I was going to. I started doing it on these, the part down here, and I could not get a good edge on it. It was just too difficult, so I just ended up wiping it all off and leaving it. So no silver inlays on the hood hinges. It still looks pretty cool. I did the springs base coat, clear coat, so they are highly gloss. And then, the satin hinge with the gloss inserts in there where the speed holes are. I think it looks pretty nice for detail. It's a lot more subtle without silver in it. If it had silver inlays, it'd kind of stick off, but I wanted to do it. I just couldn't get it to look right. But so I bailed out on that project. I think that's about it, guys. I'm getting close. And there's a few other little small things that I want to do to the car, but it's not a necessity, you know what I mean, right now. This will pretty much get the car finished up enough to, take it to shows and take it out and drive it and that kind of stuff. But I need to vacuum the trunk out, which is probably what I'll do after I finish those panels and get them stuck on. I'll get in here and vacuum this out, get my trunk panel rear piece put back in, and then park it out in the sun. But I got work to do, so I'm going to get to it. Listen to those sounds. All right, so this is Rust Defender, sprayable polyester primer slash body filler slash pretty much everything. I've used this stuff since the 90s. I absolutely love it. This has big build characteristics. So these are the trunk hinge covers that I made, and I sprayed them on this old tote lid, and then I transferred them out here to my shed because this stuff stinks really, really bad, and the smell always gets in the house. So I brought it out here to the shed. That way it's, you know, it's not out in the weather, but it's also not in my garage stinking up the house, you know what I mean? I did spray, you can see it right there. That's actually a shift collar for the factory column for my wife's 55 four-door, because those things are pretty crude. If you ever really sanded one of those down, you would find a lot of low areas around where the collar piece is for the shifter lever to go into. So I loaded that area up of that. That was blasted to bare metal. But anyway, I went ahead and I had just a little bit left in the gun, so I went ahead and hosed it onto that. But I got the gun cleaned and I got these sprayed. I got 2 heavy wet coats on here, so these will block out absolutely perfect. These should look super, super nice when they're blocked out. Okay, so now that the spray gun's clean from spraying the Rust Defender on those hinge covers, I'm actually going to go in and wash my hands real good. I'm going to come back out and upholster these, get them stuck to the bottom of the deck lid. Then I'm going to go ahead and vacuum the floor out back here real nice, put my panel back in, and the trunk will be pretty much done. Trunk area, I'll say. And then I think I might back the car out. It almost looks like it's getting ready to rain. It clouded up real bad, so I mean, that sun was out and it was hot, but I don't know what it's going to do. But I was thinking about backing this out with the trunk lid closed out there in the sun, but now there's no sun. I wanted that seal to get good and hot and take a seat to the body faster, but oh well. Trunk is done. I just wiped the material down and everything. Got a little bit of wet mark right there from the rag, but it'll dry here in a second. All the suede inserts are put in. So the only thing left, I guess it's really not done because I still got to finish the trunk hinge covers, which I just primered a little bit ago, but it looks good, man. Pretty happy with that. So now, I guess I'll wet sand and buff a hood. Yay! Alright, so I started with 800 and I went to 1,000. So as soon as that dries, I'm going to see if it's ready to go to 1,200, then 1,500, then 2,000, then 2,500, then 3,000, then 4,000, then 5,000. So I got a long way to go, man. Probably getting ready to stop for the evening. It's about 6 p.m. So I think I'm going to be done after this. And then I'll pick this up tomorrow. It's flattening it out pretty good. That's about, I think that's about the final piece to do is get the hood all sanded and buffed, and then all the pieces bolted to it, and then get it on the car. And it's, I mean, it's mostly done. There's a few other little small things I want to do, but it's not necessary right now. But if I do have time, I'll do them. So the car is pretty dirty, but anyway, after putting the new seal on, you can see how the deck lid's sticking up a little bit. It was actually higher than this when I put it on yesterday, so it is settled just a little bit. I did not end up putting it outside in the sun today, but I will tomorrow. But it's got it kind of popped out at the back here a little bit too. It's actually a lot better than it was yesterday. So I think by the time it's set in the sun and it gets real hot, I think it'll be pretty good. So that's pretty nice. I mean, even if it does stay stuck up there, I'll just have to live with it. You know what I mean? There's nothing I can do about it. I need to wipe this thing down, but that'll come when I get everything done and go for a full-blown detail. So the trunk hinges are in Rust Defender primer, which is polyester. I've got the bow tie dash trim pieces cut. They're all labeled on the back side where they go. So as soon as those pieces are sanded and painted, then a day or two later I'll epoxy those bow ties in behind, and then they can be bolted on the car. Unless they turn out pretty bad and I have to sand and polish them, which is not going to be a fun time, but I'm hoping the paint lays down good enough where I don't have to, you know what I mean? So I think I'm done. I am pretty sore and it's pretty hot. Thanks for watching.